welcome to another episode of Rotten in the Freeman Show. Mr. Rotten, man, how are you doing?
I'm doing splendid. I'm very good. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, man. You know, you live in the oil tycoon of the United States, Texas. Austin,
That's
Texas
right.
at that. But, you know,
All us
electric
Texans are
cars
billionaires.
versus the petro gas cars. How do you feel about it?
Yeah.
You know, we got some points of view about it, but I have a strong opinion about, you know, I'd like to have a Tesla, but I just don't know. So how do you feel about electric versus gas, Rotten?
I could tell you this. Elon Musk, his last big public speech, he came out and says, I can guarantee to you that these new lithium ion batteries are not made from small children in China or in Africa.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, if that's the first thing you say, then you must be real guilty of something. You know, if you're going to come out front and center.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I like electric cars. I don't really have a huge issue with it because devil's advocate, that's what's going to happen. We have that's the way that it's going to be. You know, the way it's going to be is I'm going to have an electric car drop me off at work and then leave and go make me a crap ton of money all day long and then come back and pick me up and drop me off at home. That's just the way it's going to be. So I'm going to have a mobile bank basically just working for me all day long. But
you know, a lot of the electrics are self-driving. I'd like to have a gas-powered, maybe self-driving car.
Yeah, you're going to be running down the street. Everybody else is going to have Teslas. You're going to have that Flintstone car with no shoes on, just pedaling your way to work. Yabba dabba doo, baby. I don't know, man. So, there's no way. I didn't like when all the cars went automatic because I'm a stick shift person, but I like the sound and rumble of an engine. I know what kind of impact it does to the environment, but I think that electric motors, electric batteries, and everything that goes into it, I think has a stronger impact on the environment up front. Now, after it's on the road 10, 15 years, then it seems to be a sustainable engine that they're using for automobiles.
So how long does electric cars last? Because they're kind of new, you know. Is it going to be disposable like cell phones? Is it going to last 20 years? Are you going to be able to get a tune up and take it to the next decade? Or I mean,
no, dude.
You know,
you see that guy?
Think we know how long they last.
He got into a small fender bender in the middle of the freeway. His airbag went off, but usually in a gas car, you can still drive the car off the road, so it's safe. But Tesla cars lock down if you get a fender bender. And so he had to sit there, which is very unsafe. And so that's one thing that I don't like. The other thing is, like, remember when Florida got flooded out, Louisiana got flooded out, all those Teslas all over the place?
Yeah.
The salt affected the battery case and they couldn't put it out. The fire department shows up and says, hey, it's not safe to put this out, man. We got to let this burn down. So that's a lot of pollution going straight into the air. I don't know what they do with these batteries, but I can tell you, man, the adrenaline rush from sitting in a Tesla 0 to 60 in like 2 something seconds.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat. That's a roller coaster at a Disneyland.
Right. And you know, I would like to have an electric car, but we go to Disney World a lot, right? Well, first off, Sheetz gas stations are huge here in North Carolina where I'm at. You're in Austin, Texas. I'm in Greensboro, North Carolina. Whenever they built the first Sheetz station here in town that had Tesla charging stations, there was like 12 of them. And I was like, and I told my Freeman mommy, I said, do you think we will ever see a Tesla charge at this station? And now 24 hours a day, all the stalls are full and there's a waiting line to get in there. Walmarts now have charging stations and it's like crazy how fast we're seeing all these electric cars out there, Teslas and stuff, and self-driving cars and all that whole field. I was like, man, it will be decades before we see one car charge at this station, but it's full now. But you know, I know people with Teslas and you get a full charge. It's like $20 $22, $27 for a full charge, but it gets you 200 miles, you know? So going to Disney World, we have to stop several times to charge our Tesla. And I know that they're on the computer board, you know, it gives you enough charge to kind of reach a certain Tesla station. And, you know, everything's mapped out so you're not stranded.
That's what's called EV anxiety or range anxiety, to where you're constantly having to look at this map on where your next pit stop is. But like we were talking about pre-show, if it's half an hour to charge your car, that's enough time that's a baby making session, so the whole if you have a Winnebago, that whole parking lot's full of people bumping it out. And I don't know what the true direction is other than for military use and ways for people to make extra money to sustain this model, and to take it away from gas drivers. Would you rather drive a gas car than an EV though?
I don't know. I know there's pros and cons for both. If I got a Tesla, it would have to have the doors that go straight up.
Yes, it makes you feel cool, and that's very good for a man's ego. But I'm going to go test drive an electric car. My wife is looking for a car. We can't decide what exactly we want, so we're going to try everything, gas powered and EV. I know that we can charge at our house, and as minimal as she drives, it wouldn't be a hassle. It might be even cheaper just to lease the car. But in the end, this is what it comes down to. Are you an Elon Musk fan? Do you think that he's a good guy or a bad guy? Because if you think he's a good guy, you'll buy a Tesla. If you think he's a bad guy, then you probably won't.
I have a mixed opinion about him. I love to hate him most of the time.
Yeah, it's fun, right?
Yeah, it is.
Hate that bastard. But
he's
it's
such
fun
a
to like
villain-esque person, but to see his rockets take off and then come back and land perfect. I mean, he's a smart dude. So I give him credit where credit is due, but dickhead, yeah. Also,
if you zoom out, his business model, get off the planet. We got to go populate other planets and see what else is out there, whatever we can mine, and see what minerals are out off planet. But his business model is going to ensure that we have to get off the planet, because if you mine all the minerals on Earth to make these batteries, then there's nothing left. We have to get off the planet. So I think he's creating his own exit.
I don't know. Maybe he's going to Mars. But I would really like to have an electric car. If I had a choice to have a Tesla tomorrow, I would probably take a Tesla tomorrow. Okay. That's how it would be. I would give up my gas car.
You're not going to drop $65,000 on a Model 3.
No, but it's an idea.
Hell no. Yeah,
it is an idea.
Model X got those wing doors, makes you feel good.
Yeah. So if you had a choice tomorrow, you had 20 grand. Both cars were 20 grand, or you had the chance to buy either tomorrow, Rotten. What would you buy? Tesla, or the gas car that you want?
I would get a gas car for sure. I'd travel way too far out.
You hate the planet, mister.
Yeah, I hate everything. I'm writing about it all. I go camping way out in the sticks for far too long, way out there off the compass to be able to rely on an electric car. I don't want to have to bring another battery with me. So petrol for me.
You got to get them solar panels on the back. Charging. But so Rotten, where can people find you, man?
Follow me on Twitter at Eddie Rotten and at Rotten Freeman. Please do like and subscribe. Very important. We're a big growing family here. So join us.
Let us know down in the comments also, electric or gas. What is your choice? What do you have? Do you have an electric car? Do you like it? Is it a regret? Do you have a Tesla and you're like, you know what? I wish I had a gas car. I wish I was paying all the prices.
I want that big old Americana V8.
Yeah. Is it the American dream, the Tesla? Let us know. Find me everywhere, twitter.com/FreemanDaddy5, Instagram, all them places at FreemanDaddy5. And over on TikTok, I'm trying to reach 1,000 followers. I'm almost at 300. So help me out. TikTok, Sean Freeman, SHAWN. Sean Freeman, 47, over on TikTok. Thank you guys for listening to Rotten and the Freeman Show.
We love you guys. Rotten and the Freeman Show. In your car, at your house. Love you.